Well, Medge, thank you so much for taking time to connect with me today. It is so great to be with you.
I love being with you. Thank you for having me, David.
Yeah. So you spend a lot of your time talking about and working with people in the area of energy. And so if somebody's listening today and they're feeling low energy, sluggish, maybe that's physical, maybe a little emotional, maybe even spiritual, what could they do in this moment to kind of shift how they feel?
To shift in second your energy, wear the clothes that you enjoy wearing. Put the music that you love. I love ABBA. If I wake up a little bit, not perfectly 100% in super shape, I will put ABBA, any music of ABBA, and I will feel instantly better. That is my first tip.
I love it. Okay, so put on an outfit that you feel good about and put on some
Absolutely.
music that's going to pep you up, whatever makes you feel good.
A color that you love. I love blue, so you will see that I wear all the time blue because blue make me feel fabulous. So choose your color. But also it's a way to get to know yourself better. You need to know what you love in order for you to shift.
That is good.
Mm.
That's good. All right. Well, hey, I want to dive into your story of awakening to
Mhm.
spirituality or mindfulness, consciousness, however you would describe it. Did you grow up with some sort of spirituality in the home, or was that newer for you as you grew up in life?
So I will say I grew up in a very Catholic household, and I wasn't able to talk about this kind of stuff. However, I have a gift as a little girl. I thought I could make people happy because I was feeling energy. I always felt energy. So that was a gift that I discovered over time because at first, as a kid, you have no clue what's going on. But as I grew up, I discovered my gift, and it was it was me. It was fully me. I understood, and it was fully me. And the journey have been more intense for the last 20 years. The last 20 years, I really blossomed because I was able to be authentic and telling who I am in a way, in a natural way.
Now, I know you're located in Florida at the moment.
Mhm.
The accent that I hear doesn't sound like a Florida accent.
I was born and raised in France, so I'm French. I have this accent that I cannot stop. I try with accent reduction. I went to university to do it, but I was too old. You know, you have things that you learn as a little girl, and if I had learned English, or if I had been immersed here in English, I would have no accents. But this is me.
I love it. Yeah. I grew up in
Thank you.
Kentucky until I was
Mhm.
16. And so I had a very strong Southern accent. And when I moved to Northern California when I was like in between sophomore and junior year, I got made fun of, because of the Southern accent. And by the time I went to college, 2 years later, it was pretty much gone. And I didn't even try. I think I just at that age kind of assimilated into the culture. But every time
I,
I'll get excited and I'll say something, like I'm fixing to go to the store, like fixing. What do you mean you're fixing to go to the store or something? Certain words. Yeah, it's amazing how our upbringings, obviously just mark us, stay with us. Well, beautiful accent. Do you find that where you are? I know in Louisiana there's a strong French, influence and culture.
Community.
Is
Mhm.
is do you find that where you are in Florida that there are a lot of people that speak French?
Not really. We have a French community, of course, but like everywhere in Florida, because Florida, it might be one of the states where that attract French because it's a little bit like us. The life in Florida is easier, I will say. But
Okay.
you have French all over the US.
Yeah, yeah. Wonderful. All right. So you said you had a gift as a child of making people
Mm.
happy. and then it began to kind of come and blossom. Tell us a little bit more of that story of how that gift unfolded from, like, okay, you're helping people become happy, but how did you shift into serving them in more of like areas of mindfulness, consciousness, health and wellness? How did that come about?
So my first company, I have it in Cannes. It was called Can Touch. So what I was doing consulting to help business owner to improve their business. So I was good. I love people. So I was good at connecting people and helping them to discover truly who they are. I was already like that. However, it wasn't as deep, I will say. We were doing more business work. When I realized, and I will tell you, it was funny because I went to a birthday party, and one of the persons say, "But are you psychic?" I say, "Absolutely not." But they were all, you have a lot of psychic people there. They say, "I can feel that you have a gift." And I say, "Uh-oh." So I say, "Absolutely not." It's you don't want to show up as a psychic when you have a business and and being in a world where we were in France, where it's difficult to have a business working with big corporation when you are a lady, however you want to say it. In the past it was difficult, and so I say absolutely not. But it's I have to think about it. I say, okay, is it being psychic to feel people, to feel if they are not feeling right, to feel. And I began to investigate. I investigate my own gift. I put everything on, on the table, I will say, and I discover my gift in a very soft and loving way. Instead of saying, okay, I cannot be that, I have to fit. And it's what I teach. I teach how to stop trying to fit, trying to be like others. Because if you think about the world today, you look at the kids, they all wear the same exact clothes. They look the same. But if you discover who you are, you don't need to fit. You don't need to try so hard. You just need to be who you are. And it's this journey that I have this journey. It was fabulous. And I really wanted to share that with other people. I wanted to invite people to be truly authentic. Because when you are, it's life changing. It's really
Mm.
true, life changing.
Yeah, a sense of just like being able to rest. I think somebody,
Ah,
talk about feeling comfortable in your own skin. And
absolutely.
that's definitely something that I've been working on. How do I just feel comfortable in my own skin? Like I can be me. Yeah.
Hmm.
So you're at this birthday party, they say, and this is in France, and they say,
In
and you're working
fact.
with large corporations, you're saying it's a little bit challenging as a woman. And then you're saying, okay, now I'm psychic. People are going to think I'm weird. how, how did you begin to explore those gifts? You said it was a kind of in a soft and loving way. How did that
Mhm.
begin to come into your life, and how did you ultimately step into the work that you're doing now?
So I was at first trying to understand, meaning being with someone, understanding what I was feeling. I'm not psychic, I cannot tell you the future, absolutely not. However, I was able to feel this person in and see this person differently with, I will say, color, or with a degree of intensity. So energy can be cold. You can see. So I see people like that. So I will feel people if they are sick. So I begin to work on that, and I will tell you, somebody impacts my work tremendously. It's Dr. Martin Seligman. He is a psychologist at University of Pennsylvania. And I was able to study with him positive psychology after when I came here in the US. But the beauty of the work was to understand that human we will focus on what's wrong with us. Traditional psychoanalysis is, okay, what is wrong with you? Tell me about what happened when you were two. And Martin Seligman bought this, and Peterson as well. They bought this new era in psychology where you have to dig in what you have, who you are. And that shift my perspective and my perception of myself. And I begin to do the work to discover my skills, my weaknesses. And I found that powerful because I say, wow, this is me. And I can show up with this skill and I can improve these skills. So slowly in my work, in my consulting work, I introduce this positive psychology concepts. And slowly I realized that I can really learn the tools because I was doing it as a student, I would say. But I dive, I return to school. I have a master in psychology from Columbia University. Why? Because there they were doing psychology, but also with um, the spirituality and the mind body
Mm.
perspective. So I went to Columbia to learn and study, and it was a new journey. But during this journey, I work with people differently because I was going through it myself. And the spirituality component of going to grad school, I will tell you, it's phenomenal because using we study psychology in a very traditional way, I will say. But if you add the spirituality to this study, it's life changing because your belief will define who you are also. And I have to talk about Brinatan College because I have my undergrad. I came back, I came to the States and I did it all over. So I did undergrad and grad school because I have no, I never studied psychology before. So I went back to school to study psychology.
My
In
goodness.
English, I have to say in English.
Yeah,
That was challenging.
when you came to the United States, how old were you and did you speak English at the
I
time?
was 40. So I just turned 57. It was 17 years ago.
Wow.
Exactly 17 years ago.
Wow, did you speak English at the time when you came to the US?
I thought I did. But if you think about it, we live in France. We are all the time with British people who
Mhm.
speak Franglish also. So I used to speak Franglish. So some word in English, some word in French, the British will always understand, right? But when I came here, it was another story. They couldn't even understand what I was saying. I say, but why they don't understand me? It was funny.
My goodness. So you came back, you did an undergrad and then a graduate degree in psychology, positive psychology.
I did,
And
yes,
go ahead.
psychology
Hmm.
and psychology of education, then positive psychology, then spirituality, then metaphysics. My doctorate is in psychology of understanding the consciousness and conscious living.
Hmm.
Understanding that people are different and they are unique.
Hmm.
That
And so
is huge.
everybody's unique, that is for sure. And so,
Mm.
who would you say you primarily serve in the work that you do now? Is there a certain type of demographic that you more connect with, or people that are coming to you? And what are the challenges that they're facing when they come to you?
I have two kind of people I work with. People who are going through physical challenges. That means they are sick, they have cancer, they are Parkinson or something huge. Or people who are going through my midlife crisis, I will say,
Mhm.
or feeling so not right. So I have worked with teenagers before. I work with middle-aged people most of the time. But who want to have their true life? Who want to understand their true mission? Who want to truly embrace who they are? And that is important. Because one of the things that I truly believe and research have shown that if you are physically ill, some of the trauma that you experienced before are stuck in the body. And if we shift to an energetic perspective, the body keeps score. And a fabulous book is The Body Keeps Score. Check it out. It's amazing. You will understand how what you leave in first grade or in seventh grade is still there. The trauma are in you.
Hmm.
So you deal with it. You can heal. You don't. The body is going to dis-ease until the body embrace really a disease, and that is difficult.
Hmm.
So yes.
So if someone is either physically ill or they're going
Hmm.
through kind of a midlife, I had a one,
Crisis.
I kind of had a 1/3 life crisis, and then I've had a couple little bumps in the road. So I
Hmm.
don't know if it's midlife. It's somewhere around there. 1/3 half life. Um, when someone comes to you, what could they expect in terms of these sessions with you? Whether, and I know in person would be a little bit different than if they're working
Hmm.
remotely, but what are those sessions like, and how is that going to help you? How's that going to help them?
So I have to tell you that you can be on the computer or in person. The difference is that we are not in the same place, but I can do the work that I do in person remotely because it's all about energy. The energy, you can feel it, you can touch it, even if you are not in the same place.
Hmm.
That is important. Energy is something so exceptional that when you learn how to use it and deal with it, you can do tremendous work. So, what you can expect? You will expect definitively to discover who you are. And the first session is about investigation. You investigate. I don't do the work for you because it doesn't make sense. I will not tell you what to do. I will invite you and accompany you, encourage you to truly open your heart.
And is this
Because
more of like a meditation or more
a
dialogue back and forth?
discussion, a discussion like we are having right now,
Okay.
we have exercise that we do to help shut down this disturbing thoughts that most of the time we have to really embrace the person that you are in your heart and discover this person. As we are talking, you see that my tone change and you are more receptive. And I believe you already feel this energy that helps you stop listening but more feeling.
Hmm.
So we have been conditioned to stop feeling because when you feel you are hurt, they can reach you. But when you feel, you can also be more powerful.
And why?
And
So
that
I don't want to miss this. I don't want to miss this. You said we stop feeling because we could possibly be, did you say hurt?
hurt.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then, but when we do start feeling again, give
Mhm.
me the answer on that.
When we start feeling, we are more powerful.
More powerful. Why is that?
When, why is that? See, in nature, do you believe that the animal in the wild, they they are thinking about what they do? They feel. So the difference between human and animal is the part that we believe that we are smart and we have to think. But take this you enter a womb. Okay, that is a good example. You enter a room, you will be attracted by people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you thinking or are you feeling?
Mm-hmm.
You are naturally attracted by people. It's pure energy. You have people you will be attracted by one person or a group of person. This is the one of feeling. And this is our animal part. But we became smart. We use our brain. We analyze everything. And at one point, it doesn't serve us. Because if I ask you, David, where would you like to live? What is your ideal place to live? What would you say?
I would say probably Corona del Mar, Newport Beach, somewhere here in Orange County, like a different,
S-
maybe a little fancier city.
So tell me why.
Well, I mean, the ideal is not just that city, but I would like a certain house that would be
Mhm.
waterfront, right on the ocean, or looking over the ocean, something like that. That looks very attractive to me.
Okay. So this question, when I ask you this question, how did you arrive to this conclusion?
Because I've thought about it. I live in this area. I walk by
Mhm,
those areas. I drive by those areas, and I
mhm.
think, oh, that would be nice to live there.
Do you sing or do you feel?
Well, I would say the feeling part of me is when I'm walking in that area, I like the way I feel when I'm there, right?
Yes.
Then the thought process goes to, well, that house is $10 million, so I'm not quite there yet.
Here we go. So you are not yourself because you believe you cannot afford to have a $10 million house.
Hmm.
So what came in the way of you being there is just what you think.
Hmm.
So think about it. And I say in purpose, think about it. You feel that you would love to be there.
Hmm.
You feel that it's the best place for you to be, but you think that you cannot have it. You
Hmm.
see the difference? So, being in your heart, you love this ocean front perspective. And if I tell you that there is a way for you to be there without spending $10 million, you might have a way.
Hmm.
But what is coming as the blockage that you have is thinking that you cannot. And it's again thinking.
Hmm.
As soon as you go inside your heart, you can visualize, you can see yourself at this place on the water.
Hmm.
So I invite you to realize that the limitations that you have, you created. You can
Hmm.
be exactly where you want to be just by feeling it.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
all about energy.
Hmm.
As you feel there, you are there.
And would you say then, from like a manifesting perspective, the more that I'm living in that reality, as this is just a natural feeling, rather than something that is to be strived for, but it's something that's just a natural feeling, that then I would be more likely to attract that in my life. Is that, would you believe that?
Absolutely, with no doubt. And you will understand that you don't have to buy a $10 million house to live there. You don't know. You absolutely don't know what can
Mhm.
happen. You can meet somebody in 5 minutes who will say, "Oh, by the way, I need somebody for 1 year to stay in my house because I have to move or I have an issue." You never know.
Mhm.
But as you create your reality, you create already a reality with limitation
Mhm.
and
So
maybe
one of the
more than one limitation. Yes.
Yeah, well, I would probably say so, yeah. One of the phrases that you have a theme on your website and your social media and so forth is reset, regenerate, and rewrite your story. So this is in alignment with what we're talking about right now, right? Reset,
Absolutely.
regenerate, and rewrite your story. Why is that theme so important to you? And how do you help people do that? We've talked about in your sessions that you're going to help people become aware of themselves, about what they want. What else unfolds in those sessions that aligns with this theme: reset, regenerate, and rewrite your story?
So you just say something important that I have to. You say people want, okay? Sometimes what we want is absolutely not aligned with what we absolutely love and like. So some people will want something because it's conventional, it's look good, it makes them look successful, for example. But it's not what they love or they like. So when you reset all these beliefs. You reset, you make tabula rasa. I will say, you stop everything and you say, okay, now I take a blank canvas. I'm an artist, you know. So I have a blank canvas. I reset. Regenerate, it's giving permission to your body to not only say, I want what is good for me, but give permission to your body to heal. So when I talk about regeneration, it's really healing, deep healing, emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual healing. And when I talk about rewriting the story, it's because when you shift, you reset, you begin to regenerate, it's a new story. And you don't want the old one because the old one, it's not you. When you are becoming truly who you are, it's a beautiful new story.
Mhm. So I know that some of the things that we're talking about sound a bit more like conventional coaching, but I also know that you integrate some technologies that I don't even know what they do, honestly. I mean, you've got Tesla Biohealing technology, and you've got several other physical devices that you utilize. And I don't know, do these work in person and remotely? Talk us through these three different technologies, how they work, how they would benefit someone.
So we talk about resetting. As you reset, you have to embrace your environment, to understand that everything is energy. When I talk about everything, your nervous system, your blood, your circulation, it's the blood going through your heart, your brain. Everything is energy in your body. We are immersed, all the cells are immersed in water. So when I was 19, 18, I study physics, mathematics, and biology. Yes, it was, I was good at it. So it was my passion. So I use this old knowledge because everything that we learn is useful, right? I use this old knowledge to understand that we can change our physical reality, so the body, even the brain, everything, by using physics. So I use, for example, the Tesla Biohealing technology. What is it? It's biophoton. It's a machine, but without electricity, where this coming near my body help my body to awaken to creating more biophoton.
Okay, so just so people know, if you're listening or you're reading the transcript, Medge is actually holding up this device on our YouTube video, so you're welcome to take a
Yes.
look at that. So it looks like about the size of a kind of a brick, and it's
Yes.
gold. It's called Tesla Biohealing, and what there's something inside of it, and does it need electricity? Does it need to be recharged? Does it, or what happens?
This is magical, right? I love to say that. So the you have different forms. This is one of the forms that I found prettier to show on your YouTube channel. So it's a new technology that is 5 year old that helps the body to create what we need. So if you think about your cell, here is a cell. In the middle of your cell, you have a nucleus, and the nucleus is made of biophoton. One of
Biophotons.
biophotons.
Hmm.
So biophotons, it's what we have when you come on Earth. But as we are dying, the cells are aging and we are producing less and less biophoton. So imagine that as you are going to your change, so it can your reset. You
Hmm.
go to your reset with something like that. What's happened? It's that as you begin to talk, your body begin to feel better. What's happened? You have less conflicting thoughts, disturbing thought here, and you are more enjoying what's going on.
Hmm.
So as you are enjoying more yourself, so some of my clients call this the happy can because you have it as a little can as well. They call it the happy box.
So
Happy
say that again.
box.
Oh, happy box. Happy box or
Why
happy
happy
can.
box
Yeah.
or happy can? Because you have different
Right.
forms. So happy box because as you have this box near you, you smile more because you are more relaxed.
Hmm. And so the Tesla Biohealing, the box or the can form, they are helping you produce more biophotons. And biophotons, I just did a quick Google. It says it's a type of light that living organisms produce and emit. And so
Mhm.
when we have more of those biophotons, we're going to feel better, is what you're telling me.
You are feeling better because
Mhm.
your body is fighting less. Your body is relaxing. So somebody will come to my center here in Florida
Mhm.
for 1 hour. They will feel it. Usually in 5 minutes they are sleeping.
Wow.
They sit and they are sleeping in 5 minutes. Why
Yeah.
they are sleeping? Because they take the time to relax. So I will tell you something important. In nature, animal, when they are not feeling right, what they do?
Sleep.
Exactly. What are we doing, human, when we are not feeling right? We continue to do, we have stuff to do, we have a lot to do.
Mhm.
Always.
Mhm.
We never take the time to relax, to stop. When people work with me, they learn how to stop.
Hmm.
Nothing is more important than yourself.
That sounds like it's going to hurt my productivity, though, Medge.
Truly, I assure you that as you are stopping, you are more productive
Right, right,
because you are not all over the place where we
right,
are most of the time
right.
because we have so much to do that we have to go. No, we don't.
Hmm.
We have to stop and embrace the flow. And as I say, embrace the flow, I have to show you another technology that I use that is called flow.
Okay,
It's
so
a U matrix.
real quick
Yes.
on this Tesla Biohealing. So they come to your office and they sit near it for an hour. So this is a device that has to be experienced in person. It's not a remote, right? And I also saw that we can link the Tesla Biohealing website, of course, because you can actually buy these devices.
It's in
People
my
can
website. It's in
on
my
your website.
website on my website already. Yes,
Okay,
you
great.
go on my website. It's written Tesla Biohealing Technology.
Hmm.
Why? When I work with people, it's part of their package because they are an energetic package also
Hmm.
that came with the work that we do together. So they will receive their little box and the happy box where why do we need to fight to feel better? We don't. We just need to embrace who we are and what we are around, what we have around. We have it all already. We have nature, we have the beach, But we have to realize that we have all that around.
Hmm.
And we have to clean our environment. And that's how I shift to environment. Around we have EMF, we have the Wi-Fi, we are bombarded by electricity.
Mm-hmm.
And we have electricity in our body.
Mm-hmm.
The nervous system is an electrical system. As you bring more electricity around you, what's happened? Our own electricity is disturbed.
Hmm.
Remember, everything is physics. So my electrical signal, when this signal is around other signal, I try to adapt because it's magnetic. We are in a magnetic field.
Mm-hmm.
We are on Earth. We have to always remember the principle of physics.
So you have another device that you were getting ready to show us. I apologize for interrupting earlier.
No, it's fine.
Talk to me. Yeah, I just want to learn. So talk to me about the second device.
So it's not one device. It's a real system to protect your workspace, your house, with all the electricity that we have, all the Wi-Fi that we have. So the U-Matrix technology help us to, and it will be too long to show you online. However, one of the systems that I have is this one. It's called the Flow. It's 3 small little disc that helps the body to readjust and communicate again. How it works? We have to ask the inventor. However, as soon as we use this system, your body begin to communicate again, and you breathe better, and you feel better just because you say, okay, I can unplug myself.
This is called Flow, Flow.
FLOW.
And it's got 3 different devices. And do people lay down and you put the devices on them, or how does it work?
So just before, at the beginning of our talk, I have them on me.
Hmm.
So we have specific points in the body. You know, if you think about Eastern medicine, they use acupuncture, acupressure. You have points, you have the meridian. If you know exactly where to touch or to put some device, this device, sorry, your body will react differently.
Hmm.
So as soon as we take the time, that's what I say. When we are going all over the place, we don't take the time. If you take the time to stop
Mm-hmm.
and to collect everything that you have learned from this life, you will realize that you have more knowledge that you can use for your well-being.
Hmm. All right. So we've got the Tesla Biohealing technology. We've got the
Mhm.
Flow discs that you use. Was there a third technology that you wanted to share with us?
I want to share this one first. It's the same technology that the new Matrix. That is a small coaster that you use on any kind of water. I use
Hmm.
it for even for my vegetables, my fruit. As soon as you put your bottle of water or your glass of water on it, what will happen? Your water will regain its essential structure.
Hmm.
So you are giving your body a structured water. What it means? That the water that you have inside will be mixed with a structured water because all our organs, all our cells are immersed in water. We
Hmm.
are around 70% of water.
Hmm.
It's something that we all know. What do? We drink soda, we drink this kind of stuff that are not helping the water inside.
Hmm.
So if I feed my body with something better, what will happen? My cells will feel better.
Mm-hmm.
My cell will thrive in the environment that is my body. So all the technologies that I use are simply helping the body to reset and regenerate.
Mm.
So yes, I use also another technology called the tachyon. Advanced tachyon technology are small little cells.
How do you spell that? TACH?
T-A. I have a dot now, you see. So TACHYON.
THCHYON. Okay.
TACHYON. But on my website, you should be finding them also. So that are small cells.
Mm-hmm.
Small cells of energy.
Looks like a little pea for those of you who are not watching on YouTube. Like a little
Yes.
pea size. They're kind of like white or translucent.
Yes. So imagine that when you are hurting here on your hands, for example, I'm showing you here,
Putting it on your hand, the top of your
the top
hand.
of my hand. So you have a blockages. You have something hurting. What do you do when you have something hurting?
If something hurting, rub it.
Rub it. That is a natural thing to do.
Yes.
We should be doing it, right? So I will put on the top energy. So I will bring back energy to the point that needs care, that need TLC. So as I bring more energy to this point, the point that is hurting is feeling better.
Mm-hmm. What's inside of that little pea-sized device?
So again, I'm not the inventor, but the first time that I try the technology, as I feel and I can perceive energy differently,
Yeah.
I was able to understand what it was doing. It was bringing back the 0 point. So the 0 point is neutrality, bringing back neutrality to this part of the body.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Great. All right. So we've got all three of these three technologies, and people can learn about them on your website, obviously, medgejaspan.com, which we'll point people to. You mentioned this earlier that you're an artist, and we'll link to your artist website because I've dove into that, as well as you have a clothing line. You call it Wearable Art. So how does your, and maybe it doesn't, I don't know, but does your artwork and wearable art integrate with your work as a healer and coach, or do you kind of keep those things separate?
So the first question that you asked me was, give me a tip to feel good when I don't feel right?
Yeah.
So when I paint, I am in another world. As soon as I touch my brush, I access what I call the flow. And in positive psychology, the flow is defined as feeling authentically in a state of being with no alteration.
With no
Everything
what?
flow.
With no what? State of being?
Alteration.
Alteration.
Alteration. Yes.
Yeah.
When, think about it. When you are in flow, you don't hear the noise.
Mm-hmm.
You are in flow, you don't hear the noise. So painting for me, it's really my secret place to feel good. I love painting, and I was able to use energy in my painting. As I feel it, I put it on the canvas.
Hmm.
How I see it, I manifest it on the canvas. So I do the same with the clothing. So it's wearable art. So why I create the clothes? You feel great. You need to wear something where you feel authentically yourself. You choose your color. So people are going on my website, they will find a painting that they love, and they will choose the design that they want.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
if you love blue, you will wear blue. I wear all the time dresses. I don't like pants. It's very rare that I wear because I feel better. in dresses. Wearing
Sure.
dresses, I feel free.
Mm-hmm.
So I invite people with the clothing and the art to find their own passion, to find a hobby that brings them this joy. Because when I am in flow, I am fully joyful.
Love
Nothing
that.
is important anymore. It can be cooking for you, listener. It can be cooking. It can be crafting. It can be anything that you do with your hands.
Mm-hmm.
You are
Beautiful.
using your hand, but because you have a gift. We all have gifts. We have many, many gifts. I'm not the only one having gifts. We all have them. I am aware of my gifts.
Mm-hmm.
I am embracing them. I am enjoying them.
Hmm. I
And
love that.
as we do that, we feel better and better and better. Because you told me at one point, uh, it can be disturbing to discover who we are. This can be disturbing to be in your heart. Being fully authentic, being fully who you are, is the best gift that you can give to yourself.
Mm.
I make a
That's beautiful.
joke. I make a joke saying you are stuck with yourself for your rest of your life. So you need to love this person and you need to enjoy this person. So this person I've gift, enjoy the gift with yourself. Enjoy it.
That is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that truth. One of the things that you're involved in is an organization called Fem City, and you have a branch or what would you call it? Like
A chapter.
a chapter,
Yes.
chapter.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, a Fem City chapter in Sarasota, Florida. So I actually have interviewed the founder, Violet Ayala,
Yes.
for a different podcast many years ago. But there are these different chapters all around the United States. What is Fem City, and how could it help someone who's a female business owner?
So Fam City, it's a fabulous women organization where women support and help each other. They learn because our founder, Violet de Ayala, that you met, is a fabulous, amazing woman who realized that when women are coming together, they are absolutely powerful. That is a true statement. But as you support with kindness, how you learn when you learn how to develop this loving kindness toward another woman, you support her. You support her and in her business, but you support her because you trust her. And more we have this relationship between women, more we develop and more we grow, more we more powerful we are. We have to say it. So we have a group in Sarasota, and I used to live on the east coast of Florida. When I moved, we didn't have a farm city here. I was in the one in Boca Raton before, but we didn't have one here in Sarasota. I contact the founder and I say, "Do we have one here?" And they say no. And they say, "But why not doing one? Why not launching a chapter here?" We did that 3 years ago, and we are a group. We are around 40 women who are that we met. We met virtually, and we met also in person, and we learn from each other. We learn from our win, our gratefulness, our we learn from our mistake. Our mistakes make us stronger. We can learn that from each other. Because the experience that I have, somebody else will have it.
Mm-hmm.
And as we share, as we support, when we are kind to each other, it helps you feel better. So being in Farm City, it's a really big part of my life. And we are a beautiful community here in Sarasota where we act in the community. We show up for the community in a kind and loving way.
Wonderful. So we'll put the Film City website as a resource in the show notes here. Now, if people want to connect with you, follow you, reach out to possibly work with you, I know you've got a retreat coming up. Talk to us about that. How could they work with you, and what's the best place for them to reach out?
So they can reach out through email at info, info at medgejaspan.com, info at medjaspan.com. We have a retreat coming up in December, beginning of December, 8 to 13, where people will stop for 5 or 6 days. And they will be immersed in energy in Pennsylvania. They will understand what is energy first, but they will be immersed in it. They will eat better. They will understand why they need to eat better. You can control. We can eat anything that we want, right? However, if you are going through a physical challenge, you need to adapt. And that is human, we have the ability to adapt. So you can transform your life, but you have to make some changes to transform your life. So it's what we will do. And the retreat in December is very special because it's called self-care, and it's learning how to be the first one taking care of yourself, because we ask others to help us, but sometimes we are not ready. So when you are ready, if you want to transform your life, I'm here to help you transform your life.
I love it. If you're ready, I'm here to help you transform your life. That is a great statement. MedgeJaspan.com. And of course, your social media links will be in our in our show notes. So if people want to connect with you, I know you offer a 15-minute free consultation call on your website. People can check that out at medgejaspan.com. So Medge, thank you so much for sharing your story, your wisdom, your heart with us today. It's been great to be with you.
Thank you, David. It was a pleasure being with you and sharing with you.